Hi everyone, welcome to your Energy Minute. I want to talk to you today about something that is really important to me, a concept that I use a lot in all of my body work and my coaching sessions. And the question is, what is yoga? A lot of people think that yoga is just the movement of the body, and it's not. It's actually a lot of different things. The way that I describe yoga is the bringing together, coming together of all of your parts. So bringing all of your parts together as a unified whole. I can remember the first time I heard that and thought, what does that mean? Like, what parts are we talking about here? And I actually didn't know what that meant until I started to learn about the chakra system. The chakra system is a psychological developmental system within your body. It has 7 different stages. So there's 7 different centers that run along your spine, from the base of your spine to the crown of your head. Each one is responsible for a different developmental stage of your life. So starting from the base of your spine, we start with your very first base chakra. If anything goes wrong in any of these different stages, these different developmental stages, and they go all the way from birth all the way till about 20 years old, and then they restart over again. If anything happens during that time, trauma, abuse, or injury, or things just aren't right, there might be hiccups or blockages or some kind of a developmental defective problem that could take place in that chakra or in that stage of development of that center. Each one goes all the way up your spine and is attached to a nerve ganglia, and they collect information, they assimilate information, and then they express information. So you take it in through the external world, you process it, and then it shows up as emotion. So kind of like how you see wind moving through the trees, that's kind of how you see the chakras moving through a person. So you don't actually see it, you see it through expression. So just give you a little bit of an idea of what each one means. So we'll start with the base chakra, so your very first chakra. The stage is from sometime in the womb, so you're still in gestation, till about 6 months. And it is the time when we start to develop things like our safety and our security. It's our ground, it's our support. These are the things that might show up in our financial situation. It could show up in our family life. It could show up in just the way that we feel safe in the world. Sometimes if it's overdeveloped or if there's a block in there, we might be a little bit too attached to security and scared to take risks. And then the second chakra, so the first one is at the base of your spine. The second one is right below the belly button, and this is your sacral chakra. This is your sexual chakra. This is the one that is responsible for your childlike qualities, your ability to move. So we need movement, right, in order to grow. We need to be able to go with the flow and to be able to adapt. This is where we feel our desire and our passion. And so if something goes wrong in that developmental stage, then we might see it in an inability to be able to rest or to be able to take care of ourselves or to be able to feel into our bodies. The third one is our solar plexus chakra, so that is in the core, so right above the belly button, and that one is responsible for your power and your will, for a healthy ego. This is your ability to be able to take control but not give away all your control. It's your ability to be able to ask for what you want but not be too controlling over others. This is your healthy ego. And again, that developmental stage would be around, I would say, like the terrible twos, right? When we have all that energy and that power and our parents either can or they can't control us, that's going to determine how we develop at that stage. The next one is your heart chakra, and this is the one that is right in the middle. So we've got our upper 3 chakras and our lower 3 chakras. The one right in the middle, our heart chakra, this is the one that sort of holds the 2 parts together. So that one's really important. If you think about the heart, expresses love, and love is the glue that binds the universe, right? Without love, we don't really have much at all. So this is where we develop our love for others, our love for ourselves, our ability to relate and to be able to make connections in the world. It's our resonance, right? And then the next one would be our throat chakra, so our ability to be able to be expressive and to be able to ask for what we want through our voice, to be able to have a healthy voice, to be able to speak up. The next one would be the third eye chakra, or your vision. And this one's really interesting because this is our ability to see, not just outward, but to be able to see inward as well, to be able to see what is happening inside ourselves, to be able to shine our bright light and see how great we are, to be able to be a visionary and to imagine and dream and right? Sometimes people don't remember their dreams, and that's a good indication that maybe there's something going on at that stage of development. Maybe you saw something and were told that it wasn't real, or maybe there was something that you saw that you didn't want to see and you repressed it and closed off your ability to see. And then the final chakra is your crown chakra. This is the one that is responsible for wisdom and for thoughts and for bringing in information, right? So this is the stage where, more around adult age, where we start to be curious about the world. We start to ask questions and bring in new information in order for us to grow. And if something happens at that developmental stage, maybe you've heard people, maybe even your own parents say things like, don't be stupid, don't ask that question. What do you. I'll give you an example. Let's say you were a child and the TV was black and white, and you said to your parents, oh, was the world black and white back when you were a child? And they said to you, what, are you stupid? Like, of course not, right? So you start to undermine or second guess your own thoughts and your own questions, and it kind of shuts down your ability to even ask them. So those are the 7 chakras. Yogis, what we do, or what yogis do, and what yoga is all about, is taking all of those parts and being able to bring them together as a whole, and to be able to utilize all of those parts to really live your life fully. I like to think of it like a garden. So if you imagine a garden, and if you were to really take care of that garden, all of that garden, and really nurture it and feed it and grow it, it's going to produce some pretty amazing things, right? Some fruits and some vegetables and really vibrant, healthy food for us to grow. If we were to neglect that garden and just kind of let it do its own thing and not really tend to it, it's still going to grow, but it's probably going to grow uneven. So there might be some parts that overgrow and shadow over other parts that might not grow as much. And that's kind of how it works within our body, with our chakras and with these parts that I'm talking about. If we really take care of ourselves and grow ourselves and take care of all of ourselves inside and out, we're going to grow some really amazing things. We're going to be some pretty incredible people. I mean, we already are, but we'll be even better. But if we don't take care of all of our parts and pay attention to everything, not just our inner child, not just our security, not just our ability to have power or our ability to see or know or to speak, but all of it together, right? If we really take care and nurture, we're going to be able to do some really great things. So as you see, yoga gives us faith. When we're able to bring all of these parts together, it really gives us a good sense of self. We develop self-love, we develop faith and hope, and just knowing that this person inside ourselves is going to be there for us forever. And what the time that really kind of shows up, and some of you might actually have experienced this, is when things get really tough, when life becomes really cruel and you just feel like there's nothing else there. Maybe you have no one to support you, or you don't have any faith in anything or anybody or a higher source, right? So when you become whole, you start to have a lot of faith, and you start to have a lot of self-love. And when things get really, not that great, you start to realize that everything's going to be okay, because the one person who has been with you forever, for your whole life, and who's going to be with you for the rest of your life is there. And that person is you.